It's another night under the lights in Hartford, Connecticut, and Dillon Stadium as Hartford Athletic is back at home hosting Loudoun United. Tonight's game is presented by Trinity Health of New England. With the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks for being with us on this Saturday night. Starting off this Saturday in the USL Championship with an Atlantic Division battle and a look at the standings. Hartford sitting in 4th spot while Loudoun comes in last place in 8th on 3 points, but a chance for Loudoun to get right back into these standings with a win tonight. But looking back at Hartford's last match, boy, buckle up for this second half. There were all the goals in this game, but they came out on the wrong end of it.
Yeah, Barrera started it. It's a lovely left foot strike under all sorts of pressure on the edge of the box. And they came flying back. Dane Kelly a run into the box. This is the 73rd minute, so he gets it back to level terms within 1 minute. Preston has got them ahead again, and then the keeper comes, gets up against his own centre backs and gets slashed into the back of the goal there by Palomino. It's 2-2 going into the 83rd minute. Sabella steps up, goal of the season.
A tremendous finish there by Sabella, and Hartford comes out on the wrong end of that one against Charlotte. On the other side for Loudoun, going up against arguably the best team in the East, and they really put up a good battle.
They did. Damrod here in the 4th minute, just sliding in at the far post. That was a lovely cross in from out wide, and they certainly held their own for a long time until Gwenzadi got the equalizer. And you thought they might come away with be the first team to get points at Tampa, but 85th minute, Tampa just get it over the line, 2-1. So tough on Loudoun United.
They battled tough on the night, but in the end, just not enough against the Rowdies. But they'll go again here tonight, and last time Hartford was at home, they won 7-0. What can they do tonight against this young Loudoun side? Lineups and first kick coming up next from Dillon Stadium. The teams making their way out onto the field tonight for first kick between Hartford and Loudoun. And we will take a look at tonight's starting lineups, and we'll start with the home side for Coach Harry Watling and Hartford Athletic.
Yep, 4 changes from the team that lost 3-2 against Charlotte Independence. In comes Tulu Folara, Gabby Torres at left back for Schlentz, Walmer Martinez and Tabo Tataka for Jamison, and Ashity also out. So 4 changes. mix things up, and they're looking good there in that 4-3-3 shape.
And getting some players back from injury and international duty on the other side for Loudoun United, and Ryan Martin, a few changes here as well.
Yeah, 3 changes from the 2-1 loss at Tampa. Jermaine Forder comes in goals for Maya, Jacob Green for Akwe, and Massimo Ferrin for Sharifi. So 3 changes in that 4-4-2 shape with Coup de Pietro very important down that right-hand side in terms of creating opportunities for Paz and Bolivar.
So tonight's referee is Christian Centeno. And of course, it is Hartford Athletic in their home green and blue, and Loudoun United in all red, just waiting on the whistle. And we will get this underway. Comfortable night for some soccer in the Northeast. First time these two teams have faced off here in 2021, the first of 4 meetings on the season here in the Atlantic Division. There's the whistle. We are underway tonight from Dillon Stadium, Hartford Athletic and Loudoun United. Well, we showed you what these two teams did a week ago, and it was 2 really tough losses for both of these sides. For Hartford, it was their first loss of the season, while Loudoun United, they really battled tough against one of the top teams here in the Eastern Conference. In Tampa Bay, just couldn't get the result on the road. But it was a quick start for them. Let's see if they can start quick here again tonight.
Yeah, both sides desperately need this. For Hartford, a win takes them back up into 2nd spot, and they really have had a good season. As you mentioned, their first loss coming against Charlotte Independence, and even that was an extremely close game. And for Loudoun, well, they're bottom. They need any points they can get their hands on. But to be fair, they've lost all but 1 game, but when they have lost, it's only by 1 goal. They haven't been out of these games.
Tabor Taka trying to lay that off for Gabby Torres, who is back into the lineup. He was questionable coming in, but he is good to go. Harry Watling excited to get a couple of players back that have been out, including Walmer Martinez, who has recently been playing with El Salvador. We'll get to that in a moment, as Bolivar is down here early for Loudoun. Not a good sight here for Ryan Martin and Loudoun United.
He's got 2 goals and 1 assist this season. He's one of their most important players in terms of scoring goals, which has been a massive challenge for them. He does seem to be in a lot of pain. Hopefully he can recover. Let's have a look at it. Just it's a bumping of knees there, isn't it, against Arthur Rogers. Often more painful than it is a problem, but let's hope he does jump back up. Does seem to be struggling a little bit there, doesn't he? So early in the game, that'd be a massive loss for them. Well, he's up. Let's hope it's enough for them. Their shot conversion, the lowest in the league, just 9.2%. That's why they need Bolivar. He is one of their big hopes for scoring goals.
Yeah, just 6 goals in 6 games. Ball back rolling again. Hartford starting to put some pressure here on Loudoun, trying to win it back in a good area, which they do. All played ahead, looking for Rogers. It does get there on the far side. Here comes the cross. Close to goal, and a big save by Forda. Point blank, and just pushing that out of play. It'll be a corner kick coming for the home side.
That's a fantastic save, absolutely brilliant there at that far post from Forda, who's just come back in to goal. Let's have a look at this, nice ball into the box, far post, great, and the headers from 3 yards out. Goalkeeper, that is fantastic reactions from Jermaine Forda there, absolutely brilliant, and Tabo Tutaka ever so close.
So an opening corner kick coming for Hartford Athletic. It's a Bank of America corner kick for the home side. And it will be the Englishman, Arthur Rogers, to swing this in, one of the 6 returnees from a year ago. And here he comes on the in-swinger. Lifted to the back post. Trying to get this back centrally. It's into side netting. And out for a goal kick. Well, tonight Hartford Athletic is celebrating and commemorating Juneteenth. Hartford Athletic players and staff are wearing armbands representing the Pan-African flag, and corner kick flags have been changed to represent this as well. The club also worked with the Amistan Center to display a special exhibit on the concourse, and Hartford's Proud will be performing at halftime. Let's see what Loudoun can get moving forward now. This team that has struggled to score goals, as you mentioned, their conversion rate just 6 goals in 6 games. Cutting all the way in field.
And yet in those matches, they have dominated possession many times. They've certainly even dominated possession in the opponent's half, which they're doing right now in this very moment. It's their inability to take the chances. That's what's been the problem for Ryan Martin's team. They do all the hard work, all the nice, good touches, but they're just struggling to stick it in the back of the net. Conor McGlynn getting a little warning from the referee.
That'll be a free kick there on that far side coming for Loudoun United. It was Farron who went down. Chance for Garay to swing this in. Just 18 years old, Jeremy Garay, part of the DC United Academy. His 3rd season with the club. Looks like a 2-man wall here from Hartford Athletic. And here it comes. Goes low, trying to play that through traffic. Eventually, it is knocked away. And a chance here to spring something for Hartford Athletic. Obregon is in, and Obregon scores! A quick counterattack goal for Juan Carlos Obregon Jr. It's 1-0 to the home side.
That's a great counter-attack. A little bit of luck, of course, with the deflection that goes over the goalkeeper. But I just wondered about this free kick. I'm assuming it was a badly taken free kick because he would have gone for height. They just clear the lines. 2 defenders bumping into each other, and that allows Juan Obregon to break free. And you'll see here his shot just comes off the underside of the defender over the goalkeeper. He's got his arms out saying, "What's going on, guys? Two of you at the back." One of them, Jacob Greens, is sliding across. 2 versus 1, and he beats you. And what's more, you deflect it past me in goals.
And the celebration there for Obregon Jr. What a way to start the night for the home side. And remember, last time they played on this field, 7-0 over New York Red Bulls 2. Let's see what they have in store tonight. And when we were talking with Harry Watling this week, he said whenever we're up 2 or 3-0, we want to keep going. We want to win as many games as we can by that 7-0 scoreline, since we're always going for the throat to put teams away. And they look like they are up for this one tonight, especially coming off their first loss of the season. As Di Pietro comes forward, cutting in field, the shot is blocked. A frenetic start here in Hartford. And this will be out for a goal kick. A look at tonight's keys to the game, presented by Hoffman Auto Group.
Yeah, for Hartford, it's stay tight. 2 of the 3 goals they allowed against Charlotte, they allowed runners to come into the middle of the box. Dane Kelly and Valentin Sabella, and have shots. You can't afford to do that. And for Loudoun, just be clinical. They've had equal or more shots on target, and still they've lost to Charleston, Pittsburgh, and New York Red Bulls too. So if you get more shots on target, you get more opportunities. You need to be taking more of them. That is the big challenge for Loudoun United today.
Good move by Paz. Getting into the boxes to Shields. This will be deflected out, and a corner kick coming now for Loudoun.
Let's see what Loudoun can do with a set piece. The last one resulted in them conceding a goal. So hopefully they're going to do better with this one. So poor in transition there. There are 2 centre-backs marking Obregon Jr. He gets past them both and scores. That shouldn't be allowed.
Jeff Caldwell in goal tonight for Hartford. Garay swings this in, and Caldwell makes the catch. And he'll look to slow things down this time. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a thank you to our title partner, Trinity Health of New England, and a special thank you to all the healthcare workers, first responders, and everyone who has worked tirelessly and selflessly during the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, I'm talking with Harry Watling this week. Looking back at that game against Charlotte, said he changed the shape a few times. They wanted to do it a bit earlier in that first half, eventually did it at halftime, but they kind of sensed the momentum change in that second half, and it looks like they've settled for the 4-back at least to start tonight.
Yep, you're right. They played 3 at the back in that particular match against Charlotte, and eventually they pushed Conor McGlynn higher up. He was one of the 3 centre-backs. They pushed him up and went to a 4 at the back, and it does seem to suit them. But, hey, if you beat New York Red Bulls by 7-0 playing 3 at the back, you want to try it again.
Exactly.
And see if it worked. It didn't, and they changed it against Charlotte. And, I mean, to be fair, they were leading 2-1 in the 74th minute, so you would have thought they had every chance of at least coming out with a draw. But 2 late goals, Palomino in the 80th and Sabella with that golazo in the 83rd, just took the points away from Hartford. But other than that, it's been a really good season for them. Conor McGlynn's been solid in that midfield role, and they really have been producing some good football. And again, they win today, they go into 2nd position. And that's it's only Tampa Bay's incredible run that stops them being top.
And for Hartford Athletic, 3rd coach in just 3 years of existence. And last year was a fantastic season, finishing 1st in their group. They earned more points last year than they did over 34 games in 2019, and it was 16. They made their first playoff appearance, but then losing out to St. Louis late on in that game right here in Dillon Stadium. But I think a lot to build on, even though it's a fairly new team with only 6 returning players.
Yeah, there is a lot, and they've got a good manager. You mentioned Harry Watling, his background at Chelsea and West Ham United. And when we spoke to him, he gave us another indication of how different he is. He's a people person. He gets to know each of the players. He has little sort of phrases that make them feel important. He calls his forwards the Marines because they're the first line of defense. I love that. He calls his subs game changers because he wants them to come on and really impact. So he has a wonderful way, a very sort of modern, positive way of impacting on his players.
He's only 31 years old, and that's the same age as Danny Barrera. So there you have it.
But he's been coaching players since I think he was, what is it, early 20s when he gave up his own career. And if you've done that for 10 years at the likes of Chelsea and West Ham, under some really good managers, the likes of Mourinho, then I'm sure he's picked up a lot of good ideas.
There's Budati to throw this back in. 2 players coming over from Marino, and Yunus Budati and Thomas Janjigian. It's picked up here in the middle. Here's Tabor Ataka with that early header to test Forda, trying to turn the corner here. He went down. The referee points for a goal kick.
I thought it was a foul. I mean, he's got past the defender and got a shove. I wonder if he could have kept his feet. He's so quick. If he could have kept his balance. But have a look here. He goes pass, gets a shove there from De Shields. But he's going to be a threat for De Shields this whole match. Tabor Ataka, he's so quick. And if they can get him the ball, he will cause all sorts of problems down that right flank of Loudoun.
Here's Gabby Torres. Challenge coming in as it's put out of play. And Tabor Ataka, an interesting player. His first season with Hartford, only made 2 appearances last year with San Antonio. Played just 12 minutes, but coming off 8 goals in 2019 with Las Vegas. So there's something there just to try to unlock again. He's only 22 years old, so still a bright future ahead.
Yeah, very much. And his pace is one of his strongest features, but you've got to get him ball in the right area. And that sort of counter-attack capability be useful for Hartford today. And I think we've seen already with Loudoun, I mean, they've been comfortable on the ball, they look good, but there's been 2 chances of which Ford has had to make a wonderful save from a header by Tabor Ataka, and the other one's been a goal. So that's the difference that Ryan Martin's been battling with. His team look good on the ball, don't create chances, Hartford, 2 chances, 1 great save, 1 goal.
And we talk about Hartford's conversion rate. It's up near 37% coming into tonight. That might have a lot to do with the 7-0 win they had a few weeks ago, but it's still early going. I'll sign up for youth soccer camps and clinics throughout the summer right here at Dillon Stadium. Train with our pro coaching staff, and a ticket is included in every registration. Go to hartfordathletic.com/clinics for more information. Caldwell will distribute and put this straight out of play.
He's looking at Di Pietro there with the ball, and he is crucial to Loudoun. In a couple of games that I've commentated on this season, he's been their threat down the right-hand side. He's so comfortable on the ball. He runs at defenses. He can open things up. And they'll be looking to him, I would think, amongst others, to try and find a way through this Hartford defense.
There was a little bit of a collision there with Mel, and Obregon Jr. gets back to his feet as it's back for Forda, who will distribute. A bit of a change at the back coming in tonight. Wahab Akwe not in the starting 11 tonight. He had made 5 starts in his first season here with Loudoun United. This ball put straight out of play. It looked like it took a deflection on the way. It's a throw-in for Hartford.
Again, you have to say that Loudoun only losing 2-1 at Tampa through a very late Tampa Rowdy's goal is a great performance. I mean, Tampa beat Pittsburgh 3-0. They beat Charlotte Independence 3-0 at home. So you do see something in this Loudoun United side. You think, wow, they've got some really talented players, but it's just sometimes you judge teams by their ability to get results against the odds. And that's what Loudoun haven't been able to do this season, with that one exception away at New Mexico, which is a fantastic result.
Very hard place to win.
So they're capable of it. It's just only done it once in, what, 6 or 7 games. It's not good enough yet, but it's still early in the season.
And tonight's virtual walkout kids are presented by the Hartford in Glastonbury Hartwell Soccer Club. Be sure to check out our group experience page to participate as a virtual walkout team in 2021. These two teams playing 4 times a season ago. And the only time Loudoun United was able to get a point was a 2-2 draw. All the other times, it was Loudoun United scoring just 1 goal and Hartford scoring 3, 4, and 2 in the other 3 matchups. The player down here, it looks like that's Timmy Mel.
There's a big collision there in midfield, and again, you get the sense that Hartford are the bigger, older, stronger players, and have a look here, they collide together there. That's Walmer Martinez. Goes into that challenge using a bit more of his body. Mind you, Timmy Mel's not a small player either.
No,
so.
he's not. He gets back to his feet. Californian who played his college soccer at Indiana, wearing the same colors. So Mel back to his feet and play back underway. 18 minutes gone. Juan Obregon Jr.'s goal is the difference. Nervy back pass here, but Forda comes off his line this time and clears it away.
Well, this is something Harry Watling did mention to us about the high press, and again, you nearly saw them nick a ball there. The keeper, Forda, just getting to it and just managing to clear his lines with it, but Harry Watling saying you can press teams in the USL. He said you need to attack properly, but it can be very, very effective, and certainly they've worried Loudoun here. In fact, that first chance they had, which caused that good save from Forder, was through a high press.
Shields looking to switch the play, and unsuccessful at it this time. Here's Martinez. For trying to get something going upfield here. Headed forward for Martinez. For Obregon Jr., and it's cleared away. Well, Hartford Athletic would like to thank Nuovo Pasta, Connecticut, Stop and Shop, and Citizens Bank for supporting our Goals for Meals program. For every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, these partners will donate meals to Food Share Connecticut. There's been plenty of goals this season as Obregon Jr. back on the ball. His shot is blocked down. And Loudoun looking to clear their lines. Maybe try to counterattack here.
Just slowed the game down there, Hartford, didn't they? Didn't allow them to get that counterattack going. There's Harry Watling just saying to Gabby Torres, get yourself back into position. Well, if there's that many wonderful sponsors giving things away for goals, and you're going to say, come on, Hartford, score a few more goals.
There you go. They're giving away plenty a couple weeks ago in that 7-0 win.
And there had a whole bunch of different scorers, didn't there, in that 7-0 win. Obregon got 2 in that particular match. Elney's not available, got 1. Barrera, who's having a fantastic season with 5 assists and 4 goals. He got 2. And McGlynn got that one from the halfway line. Remember that one? What a strike that was. A brilliant goal. They talk about Patrick Schick's goal against Scotland, but that Conor McGlynn goal was right up there in the same category.
Well, looks like the referee will blow this dead for a free kick. Gabby Torres has been told no more. So another set piece opportunity coming for Loudoun. Here's another look at it.
He just loses possession there, Gabby Torres. He plays it and then tries to play the ball a second time, and nothing nasty in it at all. But it is a free kick. As you say, another one for Loudoun. Haven't really caused any damage. Well, they've caused themselves damage with the one. Other than that, they really haven't bothered Jeff Caldwell in goal.
Di Pietro, Garay standing around it. Nicky Downs there as well in his return to Hartford Athletic. It will be played to Downs. Di Pietro into the corner will send this in, and really nothing doing on that set piece opportunity. Looked like something off the training ground, just didn't quite come off.
Yeah, final ball not good enough. And again, we go back to those stats of 9.2% shot conversion being the lowest in the league. It's when you get to the edge of the box, that's where you need to have quality. And Loudoun have it all outside the box, but not enough when it really counts.
Hartford taking some time on the ball here right at the midway point of this first 45 minutes. Well, since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com.
Loudoun nice and deep in their own half, just denying, Hartford deep in their own half, just denying Loudoun any space to try and get through them. Look how close those lines are, those two defensive lines. And again, that's why they lose possession as much as they do. And Harry Watling just saying to us that this is a big pressure game for them, because while a win takes them into second position, if they should lose it, they're being chased by the likes of Charleston, Miami FC right behind them. And you know, Charleston Battery have a couple of games in hand. They could easily catch up. They've got Charlotte Independence just above them. Crucial points today.
Here's Tabor Ataka getting into the box. To the end line, he squares this. It's a kick save by Forda. And another chance here for Tabor Ataka, who goes down. And it looks like a free kick.
It's his pace again. There he goes, beep, beep. You're not going to catch him easily. They tried, the Shields can't get there. Goes past Mel as well. Wonderful pace. Look at this, just drops the shoulder, goes in. Mel eventually sort of deflects the ball and Forder up with a really good save.
While we were in replay, he was given a yellow card by tonight's referee, Christian Centeno. One of the center halves already now on a yellow card with over an hour to go tonight. And it's Arthur Rogers who will stand over this set piece opportunity. Jermaine Forda constructing the wall.
Let's look at the difference. Loudoun, 3 or 4 free kicks, nothing from them. Let's see what Hartford can do.
Here's Rogers swinging this towards the back post again, headed down and out of play. Good chance there for the home side again.
You see, that's a decent set piece. Yep, you don't score from it, but you get a header at the far post. You have a little moment where the ball might drop for one of your strikers. And that's all you can ask for from a set piece. You're not going to score every time, of course, but you want to cause problems with that. I don't want to be too harsh on Loudoun, but again, the 3 or 4 free kicks they've had, they haven't bothered Jeff Caldwell or his defenders at all.
Well, Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our Community Champion program. Children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free of charge. That's Udati going down.
Yeah, sort of landed awkwardly, and I think on his left ankle there. He's just hobbling a little bit, but he seems to be okay.
Here's something coming forward now for Loudoun. Can they make it pay off? Bolivar trying to play through the lines here, continuing his run all the way into the box, getting tripped up, and then getting back to his feet. It was Farron. Now the cross comes in, attempted a bicycle kick, and now here's Downs, back for Green. I feel like you'd see some players go down and try to make more of that chance.
100% fair point. I was thinking the same thing. Well done to Farron that he actually stayed on his feet. He could have gone down, but I don't think there was much of a touch, to be honest. And I think the ref wouldn't have given him the penalty, but he stayed on his feet and he kept battling for it. I think it's different when you got VAR. When you got VAR, then the ref can find even the smallest of touches, but without VAR, it's got to be a clear penalty to give it.
Space for Obregon Jr. again, and he's into the corner. 29 on 29 here. Obregon Jr. cutting in field, and Green will just play this out. I wonder if that'll come with experience. When you feel that slight little touch, maybe you go down. I don't know. A veteran savvy move.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like the idea of going down on the faintest of touches, but then others will tell you that they've got penalties when there wasn't much there. Talking of trying to get a free kick.
This just out for a corner kick instead. It'll be another one here for Hartford Athletic.
Pereira on the ball. You can be pretty sure it's going to be a decent ball right into the danger. There's a little signal. They've got something planned when they do that signal, or any signal at the corner. You know it's already a set plan they have in mind.
It's been quite the year already for Pereira, and he swings this in towards the penalty spot, headed away. Here's Tulu. Get it back for Pereira, and he'll send another cross in. Obregon Jr. there. It'll get picked up by Torres. He likes it on that left foot. You could see him trying to set it there, and that's why he loses out.
He's in a good position there, Torres. If he can get that ball under control, he could have slipped it through for one of the forwards. Opportunity lost. But again, the high press. Look at the green shirts. They're trying to win that ball in that Loudoun half, putting them under all sorts of pressure and just making it difficult for them to get out and to have a quick counter-attack. There you go, turnover ball already.
That pressure's really giving Loudoun some fits here in the opening half hour.
It takes lots of work. I mean, it's not easy to press. People at home might think, well, why doesn't everyone press? It takes a lot of hard work, and then when you do lose possession, you have to rush back and defend. So it takes commitment from players. It takes a high level of fitness, and I guess that's what Harry Watling's got from his team.
And the referee's going to pull this back. A free kick coming for Hartford Athletic. Another good attacking set piece. It's Timmy Mell getting involved again. Remember, he's already on that yellow card.
Yeah, you made a good point about him. It's not great when you're a defender on a yellow card early in a game, because then you've got to be so careful of every tackle. And Timmy Mell here just stretching in. I tell you what, that's very close to a yellow. If he wasn't on a yellow, that probably would have been worthy of a yellow. You can't be putting your foot up like that when someone's shooting. So, yeah, Timmy Mell, you're treading on thin ice at the moment.
He's made more appearances this season with Loudoun. He started in every game, this being his 7th. And he did in the previous couple years with Chattanooga Red Wolves in League One and North Carolina FC. 4 total appearances in 2019. So a good run of games for Mel, but he is under some pressure here tonight. Another set piece opportunity for Hartford. Herrera always dangerous over these set pieces. Rogers will run away. It'll be played short and clipped into the back post area. Obregon will not get to this, but it will be a corner kick.
Yeah, that's a training ground move. And exactly, they've been practicing that, but when you practice it without defenders, it's a little bit different. With defenders, it can go wrong.
To the end line, cross comes in, back post again. Tulu will track this down. Torrals will just slide this in before it's cleared away. And Ryan Martin telling his red shirts to get up the field if they can. And McGlynn just calmly gets this back for Caldwell.
Does so well at that, Conor McGlynn. A midfield player who can drop deep into that centre-back role whenever he needs to. Can play out of the back, can read the game. And as we mentioned, against New York Red Bulls, can score goals from the halfway line.
It's a goal that made the rounds on social media quite a bit over in England as well. As Forda comes off his line to make this catch. Well, Walgreens is proud to support Hartford Athletic. Nominate someone making a change in your community, and he or she could be recognized as a change maker of the month. Go to hartfordathletic.com/COTM to learn more.
Yes, look at that high press. Oh, they're making it so difficult for Loudoun, forcing them to go back. Look at the green and blue shirts, hunting, pressurizing. It's a really good example of a high press done well and nearly turnover ball there.
On the turn, Cudi Pietro goes down and is fouled. Free kick. Taken away in the middle, and Hartford will look upfield. There's Juan Carlos Obregon Jr., who made his name back in March playing for the Honduras under-23 side. And he could be playing in the Olympics coming up this summer in Tokyo, as Honduras knocked off the United States to qualify for the Olympics. He scored in that game. He's coming off a couple of seasons with RGV.
That's another huge blow to US soccer, wasn't it?
It was.
Such a pity that the US team couldn't make the Olympics, but for Juan Obregon Jr., it should be a wonderful experience. Had the pleasure of going to the World Cup back in the day, and any of those big events are just great fun, and to see all the other countries and other players. And who knows, maybe they can get a decent run in that tournament.
Cool thing about the Olympics is it's not just soccer. You have everything there. I mean, there are so many people there. Your off day is going to see a different sport. I don't know how it's going to be this year, but
that's very true. Yeah, if it's a soccer-only tournament, then all you do is watch soccer. But Olympics, you're right, you can go and watch any sport, and there are so many sports, the water sports. Anyway, we're digressing. It's soccer we're talking about here. Let's focus.
Haas trying to get in behind, just couldn't get that final touch. This will be a foul in the middle, and another free kick coming for Hartford. The United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. Through the middle, Barrera just couldn't get that final touch. Already 4 goals and 5 assists for Danny Barrera this year. What a year it has been for him. And the referee will bring this back, tried to play advantage.
That's Coup de Pietro again. As I say, he's such a wonderful player in the ball. Fantastic balance and skills.
Play down the line. Cross coming in. It was Torres tracking over from his left back position to clear that away. Green still battling for it. Hartford will come away with it and try to clear this upfield. It seems like Obregon Jr. just sitting on the back shoulder of that center half, trying to get him behind like he did earlier, and here's another chance.
Well, this time the centre-backs had themselves organised. They didn't when the goal was scored. 2 centre-backs and neither could deal with it.
Ataka coming in field, and DeShields was there to win that back for Loudoun defensively.
You almost feel with one Obregon Jr. that you want to get the ball to his feet. He's not the biggest. Ask him to hold it up and then wait for Ataka to join him with pace. That'd be a good combination. I think will cause defenses a lot of problems.
And you got Barrera playing just underneath, who can ping a pass basically wherever he wants. And 7 assists in 2020, which led the team. Torres, this falls kindly for him as he looks into the attack. Play this back and slow things down for Hartford. And now Torres in space. Ataka and Coup de Pietro. Looked like he might have gotten hit there on the back of the head.
God, that was a sliding tackle of note from Coup de Pietro there. A dangerous one as well, because if you don't get the ball, that could be a red. He got it and got kicked in the back of the head for his trouble from Ataka. It wasn't meant, of course. But those sliding tackles, one has to be absolutely sure of winning the ball these days because they are considered dangerous by most referees. But it just shows you the commitment there of Coup de Pietro. Again, I've been talking him up, but every time I've seen him, he really has impressed me with his effort, his ability. Fantastic player.
Very high work rate.
What is he, 19?
19.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
19. Just checking in because I think he got knocked on the head. They're just making sure that there's no concussion issues.
He's back on his feet. Well, if you're on the road or can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and the brand new USL All Access, featuring Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the Champions League. Sirius XM FC channel 157 on your XM radio and the Sirius XM app. This is played towards goal, and Forda is there for Loudoun.
Yeah, comfortable save by Forda. I think it was Danny Barrera who hit it, and that's probably the easiest thing the keeper's had to do. He's had a ball put past him into the back of the goal from a deflection. He's had a header from 3 or 4 yards out by Ataka. He's had a lot of work to do this first half, the Loudoun United keeper.
And just 1 shot so far for Loudoun, 5 for Hartford. They're about 40 minutes. J Restaurant is proud to support Hartford Athletic. Visit J Restaurant located at 297 Washington Street in Hartford for their special Hartford Athletic Booze Nanza drink. Show your game day ticket and receive 10% off your entire order.
Just looking at the stats here, there's all but one game that Loudoun have scored in. The only game they didn't was a 1-0 loss to Charleston Battery. So they do score goals even against top sides, and that means that Hartford will have to be careful, especially on these transition moments.
And in 4 games last year, they did not hold a clean sheet against this Loudoun side. Paz playing this infield. Couldn't find Ku Di Pietro. Chance for Tabor to Taka as he is fouled by DeShields. Free kick Hartford.
Not the first time DeShields knocked him to the floor. But again, with his sort of pace, I wonder if he doesn't try a few more 1-2s, give it and run and get the ball played into a little bit of green grass to take on the defenders. He's so quick.
Looks like the rain is starting to come down, as you can see the commotion in the crowd. Well, AARP Connecticut is proud to support Hartford Athletic and welcomes fans to visit aarp.org/CT events to learn more about upcoming virtual events. Our events are fun, informational, and free to people of all ages. That's aarp.org/CT events.
It's been a good spell for Loudoun for a few minutes. They're looking comfortable on the ball. But again, as the rain comes down and the crowd
streaming for the exits.
Players don't have that option. But again, and it's just, where's the final product from Loudoun? It hasn't happened yet. It might still happen. As we mentioned, they've scored in every game but one. I've just seen nothing that really would bother Jeff Caldwell as yet. And I think that'll be a big talking point for Ryan Martin halftime. Lovely football, chaps, but where's that final product?
This will be a throw into Loudoun. Bolivar on the turn, has it knocked away.
You mentioned Bolivar's name. We haven't heard anything about him, and he is the real danger man up front. So is Luis Puz, and we haven't heard anything of him either. So it just shows you they haven't been fed much, haven't had anything to work with, and that's really down to the midfield and the wing-backs to get decent ball into the two strikers.
And Bolivar, the only player on Loudoun with multiple goals this season. He has 2. There's Nicky Downs on the ball, making 34 appearances the last 2 seasons with Hartford Athletic. Flag up for offside. Well, Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partners, Jim Beam Bourbon and Hornitos Plata Tequila. The drums are still going. They're not afraid of the rain.
That's all part of soccer. And especially if you're from England.
Any condition.
Yeah, it rains virtually every game anyway, so you expect to get wet.
Well, that game with England and Scotland yesterday was the perfect weather for both those teams, right?
Absolutely.
Might fall kindly here for Hartford. Tabor to Taka. His first touch lets him down a bit, but he can keep this in play. Torres said he likes it on that left foot. It's deflected out for another corner kick.
It's a poor first touch from Tabor to Taka. He's in the right place. If he gets a good first touch, he can knock it in the box and use his pace and run at the defense. But they have a set piece, so they have something out of this just before halftime. Never a bad moment to score.
Another corner kick here for Hartford. Rogers will stand over it again. He swings this in. Good service. Tulu will try to keep this alive for Hartford. Another ball coming in. Back post area. Rogers got his head to it. Pretty straightforward there for Forda.
I just wonder if Rogers couldn't have squared that. Very difficult for him to get power going backwards with any other green and blue strips that he could have headed the ball to. In the end, it's just a comfortable save, as you say, for the keeper.
And now Loudoun will look into the attack. Downs in the middle. Shot comes on. It's deflected just wide. It was Farron who got the shot away. Another corner kick now coming for Loudoun.
I think that's one of the first shots they've had, and even that wasn't on target either.
It was just their second of the game.
Second, there you go.
We get into 2 minutes of stoppage time, brought to you by Brignold Vineyards. Here's the in-swinger. Good service in. I think it was Tulu got his head to it first.
That's a much better corner from Loudoun, a bit of quality.
Great. Shot comes on, deflecting around, hit the referee. I think he'll bring this back to where it hit him. Hartford Athletic is proud to partner with CLA, creating opportunities through your organization's entire life cycle by providing a seamless suite of services in wealth management, advisory, outsourcing, audit, tax, and consulting. Learn more at cla.connect.com.
Referee's just explaining that Hartford had the ball when it hit him, therefore Hartford get it back.
Kind of one of those new common sense rules put in by IFAB recently.
Yes, as they have with the handball rule has slightly changed.
That as well. Barrera sends this in. Good ball in. Obregon brings it down. And Mel was tracking over defensively just in time.
Oh, what a ball from Barrera. Absolutely brilliant. Right to Obregon in the middle of that box. And he tries to bring it down and get a shot, but can't. But the awareness from Danny Barrera and the ability to execute that ball absolutely perfectly to Obregon. That's the difference between the two sides. When Hartford get close, they can produce a little bit of magic that gives them a half chance. We haven't seen it from Loudoun as yet.
Maybe one more chance for Loudoun. Can they pull one back before halftime? Good ball in. And Downs just couldn't get there, and it's out for a goal kick. This should take us to halftime. Well, be sure to share your Matchday Smiles. Take a photo in your Hartford Athletic gear with the hashtag #MatchdaySmiles and tag @Delta Dental to be entered in a contest to win VIP experiences at Dillon Stadium. So any big changes you'd make at halftime if you're either manager?
I don't think there's any massive changes to be made, but certainly Loudoun need to figure out what they can do up front, and it isn't Bolivar's fault or Paz. The fact is they just haven't had service. That's where the issue lies.
Well, we'll see what comes in the second 45 minutes. It was Obregon's counter-attacking goal that is the difference so far. That is Hartford Athletic out to a 1-0 advantage here at the break. So the rain's starting to fall here in Hartford, Connecticut. But Forda has been forced into action in goal for Loudoun a couple of times, but Obregon Jr.'s goal is the difference. Halftime from Dillon Stadium, it's Hartford Athletic 1. It's Loudoun United 0. It is halftime here from Dillon Stadium between Hartford Athletic and Loudoun United. Well, June is Pride Month, and Hartford Athletic supporters groups have kicked off a Pride Raiser campaign where fans can make a pledge per goal throughout the month of June to support the Connecticut Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce. Go to bonanza.prideraiser.org to make your pledge now. Hartford Athletics Green and Blue Foundation is matching all funds raised up to $5,000. Well, going back to the midweek, there were plenty of goals to show you out west, and we start in LA. And in the 5th minute, this was the start of a brilliant night for Preston Judd. He would get a hat trick.
This is a fantastic header to get that back into that top corner, and that's one, as you say, of 3 great goals.
But then it would be 2 straight goals coming from Las Vegas. That would be Alvaro Quezada and then Danny Musovski just one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He would eventually slot this home, and then Judd would get back to scoring his 2nd of 3 on the night.
Yeah, some questionable defending there to allow those 2 goals, but then back comes Preston Judd. Acceleration for a big guy, great finish. Wow.
And then come the second half, more goals would be coming. Look at this move on the far side by Duke, and he would find Torres to slot it home, and then Judd, he would finish off his hat trick. It just wouldn't be enough for LA on the night.
Yeah, Torres just getting another one before he does that. Torres with a decent finish, but you're right about Judd. What a good player, what a good hat trick. This is the build-up, and in the end, it wasn't enough for LA Galaxy 2, going down by 4 goals to 3.
So excitement there in LA. There was also some excitement in Colorado Springs. Plenty of goals to talk about in this one. And it would be Tacoma to get the scoring started on the night. Marlon Vargas on this long switch of play.
Have a look how he's going to dribble down the line here. Fullback allows him inside. Don't do that. He's going to pull it back. Marlon Vargas waiting. Tucks it in the back of the net.
Beautiful finish then, just past the half-hour mark. This is when Colorado Springs would start to get going. This is one of the goals of the season right here.
Mishi, the great finish, but a beautiful ball through by Haji Berry, by the way, as well.
And then Deshane Beckford on another assist that would be credited to Haji Berry as well.
Yeah, Haji Berry runs into that box, breaks that line there, and gets it across perfectly for Deshane Beckford.
And then as the game moved on, Haji Berry, he said, I want a little bit of my own, and he would get one of his own on the assist from Mishi, and then Alec Diaz would try to pull one back here for Tacoma.
Yeah, goalkeeper a little bit slow to come off his line, perhaps. They pull one back, a little glimmer of hope, but in the end, not enough.
And Mishi would put the finishing touches on this one. He would eventually get the finish. It was a 4-2 win on the night for Colorado Springs, and able to put away this Tacoma Defiance side that has given up quite a few goals here in the past few games. So halftime here from Dillon Stadium. Second half is right around the corner.
Juneteenth is so special to me because it's a celebration for the culture, a moment in our history that allows us as Black people to live the lives that we live today.
Juneteenth for me is a day of Black celebration, day of Black love, Black cookouts. It's the Black Independence Day.
We would spend the day talking about where we've been, celebrating our stories, and also talking about plans for the future and how we were going to take those next steps forward.
Locked in the box, chance for Williams, off the crossbar and in. Back to Samake, and there's Sparrow again.
J.J. Williams leaves it for Lapa! Salazar cuts it inside. Van Oekel with an excellent save.
In
Halftime here from Dillon Stadium in Hartford. It's 1-0 to Hartford Athletic. Busy times in the USL Championship, and news and notes from around the league. Opening night for Oakland Roots tonight at Laney College, and of course it's Juneteenth across the league. Teams wearing armbands, as we've seen tonight with Hartford and El Paso. They've only conceded twice this season.
Wow, that is a good run. And that Oakland Roots match, I believe there's some issue as to whether it's going to go ahead, just to update everybody.
We'll see if they are able to play that home opener tonight. And a look at the upcoming schedule for ESPN. Linear games coming up on ESPN Deportes, Miami and Birmingham. Then they'll go out west for San Diego and Sacramento. We have a fun one tonight with San Diego and Phoenix.
What a game that is going to be later. If you've got time, you've got to stay on and watch that. And Las Vegas at Oakland Roots. And Las Vegas putting a little bit of a run together.
They can score some goals.
They can. And San Antonio, New Mexico United, both battling to get into those top 4 positions.
And a look at the standings in this Atlantic Division. We just heard Pittsburgh just scored against Tampa, so maybe Tampa could get brought back to the pack a little bit here.
Yeah, and a win for Hartford will take them on 13 points, and they will have games in hand over Tampa, especially should Tampa lose. So it can all change for Loudoun. Well, it's a must-win, isn't it? If they don't win, they start really falling behind the others. And if Hartford should lose this, look how close Charleston Battery are. With games in hand, Miami FC are right level with Hartford, so big game here tonight for both Hartford and Loudoun.
Still 45 minutes left to go here from Dillon Stadium. Hartford in command, but can Loudoun mount the comeback? Second half is right around the corner.
Hey, want a beer?
Young man, say aye to the blandest lager in all the kingdom.
It's the beer that everyone else is drinking.
Heavy and full-bodied, just like me.
How about a Beam and Ginger Highball instead?
Yeah, definitely.
Much better.
We don't just protect things, we help protect the life you've built around them. Travelers, it's better under the umbrella.
Back here for the second half. Players are getting ready to go, but let's look back on that first 45 minutes with our first half highlights. And Hartford, starting in the 3rd minute, they would really start to put pressure on this Loudoun back line.
Good ball in here, and it's a fantastic save from Forder. Tabo Tataka with the header. I tell you, he's hit it hard, and he's only hit it from about 3 yards out. That is a fantastic save.
And then in the 6th minute, counter-attacking at its finest.
Yeah, from their big boot up now, 2 players, Coup de Pietra and Jacob Green, both go for it. They both miss it, and it's Obregon Jr. who gets it. And unfortunately for Jacob Green, it comes off his legs and goes over his goalkeeper, Jermaine Fordo, who has no chance there. But 2 defenders, 1 attacker. They should have dealt with that much better.
And we've seen Tabor Tataka in space down this left side. He's been quite dangerous.
Look at that pace. Oh, and here, drops one shoulder, goes the other way, gets the ball in. Goalkeeper once again coming up with a crucial save, Jermaine Forder. But if he gets a good run at you, Tabor Tataka, he can cause all sorts of problems.
And it looks like a couple of subs coming on. It'll be Nicky Downs coming off. And it looks like Kairu Amustafa will be coming on.
Well, he was one of the players I thought would come on maybe as a sub later in the game. They brought him on earlier, but he's got great pace.
So just getting set for this second half with the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey. I'm Josh Eastern. 45 more minutes to come here from Dillon Stadium on this Saturday night in the Atlantic Division in the Eastern Conference. A big night for this Hartford Athletic side, trying to bounce back from their first loss of the season last time out on Sunday against Charlotte. There's the whistle, and here we go for 45 more minutes.
Well, that's a very brave move by Ryan Martin, bringing on Mustafa. He's quick. He's a danger, but as a striker, you've got one less player in midfield with Downs off. So you become vulnerable in terms of controlling the midfield, but you become more dangerous up front, which is what Loudoun need to do.
So Mustafa comes on, and tonight's substitutions are brought to you by 4G Recycling. And Owen Walls will also come on. Just his second pro appearance in his very young career, the 17-year-old. Actually committed to play college soccer at the University of Virginia in 2022. So the youngster who made his debut in May against Red Bull 2 will come on for 45 minutes tonight.
Of course, there's opportunities for Hartford to make changes, but the way the team's playing, you wouldn't think there's much need for that yet. They can bring on the likes of Richie Slens for some fresh legs, or Alex Lara.
Udati to the end line, sends this in centrally, goes tumbling over the boards. I think this is out of play. It looks like he's back on his feet and ready to go. Well, don't miss our next match right here at Dillon Stadium on June 26th for our Pride Night celebration. Go to hartford.com for tickets. Bolivar just trying to play this over the top for Farron. And Tulu will just put this out of play. Here's Green. Farron. Good quick passing here. Green gets the cross away, lifts this to the back post. And that did curl out of play. It's out for a goal kick. Seems to be a bit more promising, though, for Loudoun in these opening couple of minutes.
It's a very positive move, bringing Mustafa on. It sends a message to the rest of the players. They're getting in the box, creating problems, working that goalkeeper there, Jeff Caldwell. They have to do that. Stats from the first half, 4 shots on target for the home side, none for Loudoun United. And yet, Loudoun had more passes in the opponent's half. So if you're in the opponent's half and you got more passes, 70 to 92, you'd expect to get something out of it, but not one shot on target.
Another ball over the top, looking for the run of Obregon Jr. It runs through for Forda. Another long ball over the top. Udati does well just to head this back to Caldwell in goal. Looks like the rain has subsided here for at least a few minutes. Fans can get back to their seat. It was a mass exodus, it felt like, right at the end of that first 45 minutes. Tabor Tataka just trying to play this around Green. Green wins it back for Loudoun. And here they come into the attack again. Bolivar will come centrally. Farron trying to run at this back line. Little give and go, and Tulu stepped in to clear it away. Almost on that quick ball over the top. Obregon was nearly in on goal again. As Loudoun come forward. Mustafa trying to track this down.
It's good pressure from Loudoun. And they look, as you said, quite right, they look a lot brighter, a lot more positive, a lot more dangerous at the start of this second half. It's going to be a big test for Hartford.
Di Pietro going to step around McGlynn. And Rogers stepped in for Hartford.
Another stat while we've got a quiet moment from the first half. Accurate crosses, 6 for the home side, 1 for Loudoun. So even when they got wide, they weren't getting quality ball into the box. And that's something that I'm sure Ryan Martin and his coaching staff would have noticed and said to them at halftime, you know, get decent ball in, give our strikers something to work with. And we've seen that already. They're a lot more positive in attack. Now, of course, if you do that, you do leave more gaps in defense. And that's always the risk you take.
Now, 30 touches so far for Bolivar up top. I wouldn't say that's a small number, but I think you'd probably want that a little bit higher as this game continues.
It's also where he gets the ball. He wants it in and around the box.
Yeah, he hasn't really gotten it in that area. It's played to the top of the box. Chance here for Loudoun. Maybe opening up on the left foot. A curling effort is out of play. Good chance there for the away side, but kind of a half chance there for Paz.
At least he's had an effort. He's come inside. He's bought himself a little bit of a space, 20 yards out. Difficult angle. Would have been a hell of a strike if it had gone in. But at least he's showing in his intention. His intention is to work the goalkeeper. And that's a much more positive bit of play from Loudoun. I'm sure the managers had a few harsh words to say at halftime.
We were talking about those hairdryer conversations before the match. I don't think it was quite that.
With my former manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, yes. Well renowned for screaming at you if he wasn't getting what he wanted from you.
Here's Bolivar again. He'll get this back. It was a bit too heavy on the return. And Hartford looked to fashion an opportunity here. It was Di Pietro who stepped in and won it back for Loudoun.
And just to mention again to all Hartford fans, this Loudoun team might have struggled to win a game, just the one game away at New Mexico, but every game they've lost it by 1 goal only, including away at Tampa Bay Rowdies. They're a very, very good footballing team. They're not an easy run over, that's for certain.
You might look at them at 3 points at the bottom and say, yeah, this is a team you can walk over it. Here's a chance opening up for Hartford, and Forda makes a one-handed save and then makes the catch in the end.
Good goalkeeping again. He's been invaluable to them, Jermaine Forda. That's again the difference. Shots on target from Hartford. Quite a few of them. Not getting anything from Loudoun on the other side. Ball gets played across here. Lovely, lovely little ball in from Budadi. I think that's Barrero who just smacks it. It is sort of fairly at the goalkeeper, but once again the goalkeeper's had to make an important save.
It looks like another sub readying to come on here in just a minute. Looks like Samson Sergai ready to come on. Here's a long switch of play. Stepping in is Di Pietro as he charges at this back line. Gets it wide for Green. Green's cross right across the top of the 6 is headed away. And will be kept in. Di Pietro again. to the end line, gets the cross away, deflected out, corner kick coming for Loudoun. Much brighter start to this second half.
Yeah, that's much better play, Loudoun United. The cross in from Green was top class, whipped in with pace. They're attacking in the box, they're causing Hartford problems, and that's what they weren't able to do in the first half. They're doing it now.
Samson Sergai comes on. That's brought to you by 4G Recycling. The 24-year-old has 1 goal this season, spent actually last year with New Mexico. This being his 7th appearance on the season. He's played in every game. Here comes the corner kick, looking for that flick. There'll be another one. Another one coming here for Loudoun. More depth to this one. Headed back into the middle, and a chance for Hartford to counter again. Tabor Ataka up ahead of the play. Martinez leading the break. Plenty of red jerseys getting back in defense. Barrera making the run through the middle. He's calling for it now, and he'll get it, but he was in an offside position, and nearly there for Hartford.
I was just thinking when they brought on Sammy Sergai, they have literally 4 strikers. They're going for it, which is wonderful to see, but they're going to leave gaps at the back, and that's what Hartford want to exploit, that quick counter-attack.
Played up ahead, chance opening itself for Loudoun. Shot into the side net. Well, nearly catching Hartford out on the counterattack there, and it will stay at 1-0.
Well, this is a wonderful counter-attack of their own by Loudoun. They say, well, if you can do it, so can we. Bolivar deep again, knocking it wide, and that effort coming in from Mustafa. Just on the, he's trying to get it just between Caldwell and the post, and doesn't quite get his angle right, but this is turning out to be even more exciting, this match. This is like a boxing where they're just slugging it out. It's one end to the other. And Loudoun have said, hey, we're going to chuck on the forwards and go at you. And it really has brought the game to life.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank the law offices of Crescenzo DeLuca, serving Wethersfield, Greater Hartford, and Connecticut with 41 years of experience in immigration and general practice law. As Paz goes down, free kick to Loudoun. And you feel like they're really starting to ask more and more questions of this Hartford back line.
Yep, they certainly are. Positive moves by the coach, Ryan Martin.
They go quickly. Dambro's cross. Headed away. It's out for a throw-in for Hartford.
And when you make a number of changes and they involve bringing on strikers and taking off midfielders, then I mean, they've got Bolivar, who's almost playing in midfield. He's that deep at times. But Sergai's a big unit up front. You can go route one and direct to him if you need to. And also it's sent, oh, there seems to be a clash of heads. But it's sent a message to the entire Loudoun team that we're going to go for it.
Yeah, the referee quick to blow his whistle there. Looked like it was Owen Walls for Loudoun. As the rain continues to fall here at Dillon Stadium. Another look at on the far side.
Yeah, just a clash of heads. They both went to head the ball, and that's always painful. Those who've played the game know. You know, you're throwing your head at something, and it's somebody else's head. It's solid. It also depends where you get hit. Because soft parts of your face, it can be extremely painful in those situations. And of course, there's the danger of any brain injury, which is why as soon as it happens, the referee's spot on there. Christian Centeno, stop it straight away. Get the medical staff on, make 100% certain that everyone's okay.
And Obregon Jr. back to his feet. Like Owen Walls getting patched up here as well. Oh, he's sporting, looked like some sort of headband here for the final half hour. looks like Hartford is readying a substitution. It'll be their first of the night.
It's always important to get fresh legs on in the pitch. You know, players have been running around, and Hartford, with that high pressing style of theirs, you can run out of juice very, very quickly. So it makes sense that you use your subs off the bench. There's a number of players who are regulars, the likes of Alex Lara, Richie Schlentz. They've played a lot of games. There's a nice youngster, Alfonso Vasquez, only 19. Love to see him come on at some stage, but only if they're winning will they likely to bring him on, only if they're winning 2 or 3. At this stage, they want their more experienced players, and at age 23, Richie Schlentz should be one of those. Alex Lara, age 22.
So Walls and Obregon Jr. back on their feet. Looks like it will be Lara to come on. Looks like 2 subs are readying to come on here in just a moment as play continues just past the hour mark. Loudoun, it's been a bright start to this second half, but can they get the goal that counts? And that would be an equalizer at this stage. Tulu knocks this out of play. Bolivar. Long switch of play as the rain really starting to come down now. Top of the area. Sergai has his shot blocked down. Mustafa couldn't get there. It's kept in here by Loudoun. It'll fall for Green, who just sidefoots across all the way through. It'll fall for Bolivar, and it's blocked down. Tulu with a tremendous block.
That's a wonderful bit of play from Loudoun. Absolutely brilliant. Long ball over to that far side. Green with the effort. Excellent save by the keeper, and then Bolivar looked like he was going to stick it in the back of the net, and as you say, Tulu pops up and blocks it. But at last, Loudoun giving us and their fans something to really get excited about.
So it'll be 2 subs coming on for Hartford Athletic. Christian Gomez, the 22-year-old Venezuelan, will come on to make just his 2nd appearance of the season. Alex Lara will also come on, replacing Connor McGlynn and Preston Tabor Ataka. Looks like he's carrying a bit of a limp as he comes off, Mr. McGlynn.
And he's worked hard in that midfield. He's been up and down, providing a lot of effort, and at some point, not a bad idea to bring on fresh legs.
No subs brought to you by 4G Recycling. It's another Bank of America corner kick coming here for Loudoun. There will be pause towards the near post and cleared away. Well, Hartford Athletic is proud to team with local health plan Connecticare to support your food security in Connecticut. Connecticare is celebrating 40 years of caring for the health of our communities.
Just looking at those changes, probably Harry Watling a little bit concerned that they've come out second half and struggled a bit, Hartford. Loudoun United coming at them, Loudoun United making changes, more strikers on the pitch, and so Hartford have responded. Here's the header, firstly, ball in from Green. Good save from the keeper, and Bolivar. At that moment, you're thinking, as soon as Jeff Caldwell pushes it out, this is going to be a goal. Great block there from Tulu. That could be a match-winning block.
You mentioned it, that Loudoun has played every game within a 1-goal margin this year. They are going to be there, it seems like, throughout, and it's really up to Hartford to try to find that 2nd goal right now. That'll be of utmost importance, you'd feel, for Harry Watling.
It will be, and the way they could do it is that as Loudoun throw numbers forward, given how many strikers they have, there's going to be gaps in defense. And of course, there'll be more gaps the closer they get to the end of the game and the more desperate Loudoun become. And if you can counter on those, as they did for the goal they scored, then you can get that 2nd and possibly put this game to bed.
Here's Barrera. play that through the middle was Gomez. And Mustafa, you mentioned his pace. Here he is on the ball. 2 runners in the middle. Couldn't get it to either of them. Paz was the intended target. This one clipped ahead. Goalkeeper way off his line, and Forda knocks this out of play. And that was dangerous there, but decent communication between him and his center half.
Well, the bottom line for any goalkeeper is if you come, you've got to get it, and he did. Doesn't matter how awkward it looks. If at the end of the day you get that ball, that is your job. If you miss it, you're in big trouble. Forda once again coming up trumps for his side.
Looking for that long diagonal. Seems like Hartford always looking into the attack as quick as they can. Green in a tough spot here. Be a throw-in for Hartford. We'll visit hartfordathletic.com to see our pub partners and make sure to pay them a visit and support our local restaurants and bars. This year, our pub partners include City Steam Brewery in Hartford and TK's in Danbury.
Well, I'm sure Harry Watling will be aware of how good Loudoun can be at time. Pittsburgh's Bob Lilly said after his team beat them 3-2, he said we were hanging on for a win for the last 25 minutes. Yet Loudoun came at us from every angle, and they're doing it again. They're throwing a little bit of caution to the wind with so many strikers, but they've had Hartford rocking for a good 10-15 minutes.
It's clipped over the top. Cross coming in. No nonsense defending there at the back. It's out for a corner kick. And here comes the sub. Husu Landry will come on, replacing Ted Duque Ku Di Pietro. That sub's brought to you by 4G Recycling. Talked about Ku Di Pietro and his high work rate and fresh legs coming on in Landry.
I haven't seen much of Landry. I'm excited to see what he can bring to the game.
It's his 6th appearance on the season. Here comes the in-swinger. He's right there in the middle as Mel was able to head it out. Long effort coming on, and Forda has to tap this over the bar.
That's a good strike, isn't it? Because Forda, if he doesn't get his fingertips to that could just drop in under the crossbar here. Have a look. Yeah, that was going in. It's a lovely strike. Absolutely brilliant there from Christian Gomez, the 22-year-old Venezuelan. And once again, goalkeeper comes up, trumps Forda. He's had a really, really good match.
Rogers will wait to swing this in again, but first the referee will slow things down. Rogers, in-swinger, Forda through traffic, just got a punch on that. Rogers trying to drag that in with him, and he put it right out for a goal kick.
He did sort of telegraph what he was going to do, didn't he? Defender read it quite easily.
Well, Westfield Bank is proud to support Hartford Athletic and all they do to make our communities better. If you need more convenience from your bank, Westfield Bank, you can bank your way. Learn more at westfieldbank.com. Landry finds the space on the far side. Walls. Long cross coming in. Pause at the back post. Will keep this in play. Comes centrally. Now cleared as far as green. Oh, good quick passing. Landry. Bolivar just wide. Oh, that was the chance for Loudoun there. 20 minutes to go, still looking for that opening goal and equalizer.
And what a lovely move it was as well. Absolutely brilliant. Bolivar, that's where he needs to be in the box. He's such a good player. gets the ball there, goes for the 1-2, makes himself available to Landry. And you're right, it opens up. He sort of bends it the wrong way. He bends it and it goes away from goal. If you can whip your foot around it and bend it into goal, you can stick it near that top corner. What a great chance of Bolivar.
I wonder if the wet surface has anything to do with that, just kind of slipping off his boot.
Perhaps, but that's where he should be, on the edge of the box. Got some lovely touches, this young man, 19 years of age, Giovanni Bolivar from Venezuela. And the higher up they push him, the more problems they're causing. Interesting, as they become an attack side, they look a much, much better team, Loudoun. They really do. I mean, you can't think that you can't sort of accept they're bottom of the table when they play like they've been playing in the second half.
Well, they got off to a quick start last week as well at Tampa, but couldn't get the job done in the end. Tampa Bay scoring a late goal to get the win, 2-1 on the night. I feel like that could be a result, even though it's a loss, to give you confidence going into one of the hardest places to even get a point in the league. There's Bolivar again, just trying to clip this up. The referee will say play on. Shot comes on, it's blocked down. Hartford will clear with 20 minutes to go. And a chance to counter. Obregon Jr. stays onside. Already a goal to his name tonight on a counter-attacking chance. And Mel able to win this opportunity. And he'll play it down the line into space. Sergei making the run. Tulu there in defense. And Tulu just shoves him out of the way.
And then stares him down as well. A strong play from Tulu at the back there, but it's a little bit of a problem for Hartford. The ball goes up to one Obregon Jr. He's not able to hold it up. He can't keep possession. He gets pushed off the ball eventually, and then it comes firing back at Hartford. So they need to get a bit more control of this game in the midfield, Hartford. No wonder they're getting cramped. They're doing a lot of running, a lot of chasing, and that's credit to Loudoun United. They really are running them ragged in this second half.
Player down. Looks like that's Rogers with some cramps. Potential playoff clash brings the 2021 schedule into summer as the USL and ESPN heats up on ESPN Deportes. With the tables taking shape, Miami FC welcomes Birmingham Legion for a cross-divisional showdown in the Sunshine State. Catch the action live Wednesday, June 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. Jesus Acosta, Jose Rodriguez will have the call, as they have in the past couple weeks. Rogers back to his feet.
Just looking at the bench for Hartford, you've got the likes of Richie Schlentz, who's got some fresh legs, and the effort some of these Hartford players have put in. You wonder when he'll appear, just to liven things up again, because they need somebody, they need some fresh legs somewhere there, Hartford. They really have got this Loudoun team running at them from every direction.
Remember, Hartford's still battling the injury bug just a bit. Luca Purpa, Sebastian Elney, Bradford Jameson, Niamra Ashiti are all out for this game. I feel like those are all players that are experienced at this level and will definitely help this Hartford team down the road.
Yeah, Elney's such a good striker. Purpa scored the goal, was it against Pittsburgh, that free kick in the dying minutes. Flick that into the goal to get a draw. So there's all, as you say, useful players who can make a big difference when they're available.
Loudoun looking upfield again. Long cross coming in and way over Caldwell's head in goal. Well, our partner Dayhill Dome is holding a fundraiser to support St. Baldrick's Foundation to fight pediatric cancer. To learn more and support, go to hartfordathletic.com/foundation.
Well, Caldwell's had a slightly more exciting second half than first half. I think he wasn't wet from the sweat in the first half. I think it's a little bit different. He's had some saves to make. He's been running around that goal, organizing things, and again, credit to Ryan Martin, the Loudoun United manager, for the changes he made, the positive attacking changes that have really brought Loudoun to life.
Already 8 shots for Loudoun in this second half, only 2 for Hartford, as opposed to the first half where Hartford had 7 as opposed to Loudoun's 3.
Oh, total turnaround, isn't it?
I don't like to say it's a tale of two halves, but that's exactly how this game has played out. Here's Green. His cross sent right back where it came from.
But there is one crucial difference. That's Hartford got the goal from their attempts. And again, that's what we spoke about throughout the first half. Loudoun, it's been their biggest challenge. They could do a lot of great work leading up to the box, but their final effort is why they're stuck at 9.2% conversion rate, the lowest in the entire league.
Played into a wide area. Mustafa cutting in field. Mustafa's shot deflected by Tulu again. He's been big in defense, blocking shots for Hartford.
There was a couple of appeals for a handball. Referee wasn't interested. But you're right about Tulu. He has been immense, powerful, strong. And his block for Bolivar's shot was absolutely critical and perhaps will turn out to be a game-winning block.
Martinez with his back to goal. He just recently was named to the preliminary Gold Cup roster for El Salvador. He actually scored a goal against Antigua and Barbuda in World Cup qualifying in the first round of it. Then they dispatched St. Kitts and Nevis, so they will be on to the octagonal starting up in September. So that's pretty cool for Walmer Martinez and his country, El Salvador. Here is Martinez, keeping his feet and then losing his feet.
As you said, a commentator's curse.
There you have it. He did so well at first.
Yeah.
Well, Hartford Athletic would like to thank Fresh Bev, the official cocktail mixer of Hartford Athletic. And another time losing his feet. We talked about the wet surface. He might need some new boots here.
That was a good chance as well. Sloppy play in defense by Loudoun, nearly punished for it.
Tulu there again. Whistle blow, free kick coming. And they'll take it quick. Paz. Trying to find an angle to cross, gets it away. An appeal for handball. Is the referee pointing to the spot? He is. Penalty Loudoun.
It was one of the Hartford hands that went up to claim a handball, but they're giving it against the big man Tulu. And that was a little bit confusing because it was the green-shirted players who were appealing for a handball, but maybe they were just trying to confuse the referee. Either way, he's given it. Makes no difference what we think. And it's a chance for Bolivar to get that goal that he came so close to a little while. Let's have a close look. Good skills on the left-hand side. That's what causes the problem. You can see Tulu's left arm come out. Can we see contact? Let's have a look. Well, they appeal around him. He appeals as well. But all the red shirts appeal.
So will be Giovanni Bolivar, the only player with multiple goals this season for Loudoun. And Bolivar through the driving rain. Bolivar, it's in, and Loudoun is back level. They've been knocking on the door this entire second half, and finally it's 1-1.
Look at the celebration. They put so much effort into the second half, and you can see what it means to them all. And for Bolivar, good finish, sends Caldwell the wrong way. But that cross came in from Paz, and there was a little bit of skill on that left-hand side. Ball whipped in, causes defenders problems, and from that they get the penalty. And they deserve it. They've been fabulous second half. They really have. Totally different. I mean, as you say, a game of two halves. You'll never get a better example. Hartford, the dominant side in that first half, and Loudoun have come back firing. But now Hartford get a chance to have a go and see if they can still get the winning goal.
Arthur Rogers coming off. Nico Cardona, the Puerto Rican, will come on. That's brought to you by 4G Recycling. So third goal on the season for Giovanni Bolivar, and we talked kind of early on in this half how Bolivar and Paz have not been on the ball much, and I think they might have been listening because they've been on the ball quite a bit in this second half, and it has paid dividends.
Yeah, and again, credit their coach, Ryan Martin, for making the changes and getting Mustafa on a bit of pace and getting Sergei on a big target man. It's invigorated the team, and now they're attacking from almost every angle.
Here's Paz again. Bolivar keeps this moving. Mustafa shoots and it's blocked. Herrera there to head it away as far as Landry. Got an exciting 10 minutes upcoming. There's also JCL Cedeno coming on for Martinez. Paz. Another volley is well out of play. That's brought to you by 4G Recycling. Cedeno.
Can't believe it, Loudoun at the bottom of this table. It just shows you what a tough group this is. They've got so many good teams in here that if you just slip off the pace a little bit, you can end up at the bottom. But they've still got so much potential to play well, have Loudoun United.
Herrera just plucks this down, plays it ahead. It is cleared away. Ambro there, and a throw-in. Well, Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partners, Stanley Black & Decker. Stay tuned each week for the Stanley Innovative Play of the Game. So 10 minutes to go. Loudoun maybe poised for more. They've definitely been the more dangerous of the two sides in this second half. And right now it seems Hartford just trying to hold on.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep the ball, and even there they're under pressure. It's a high press coming from Loudoun. We didn't see much of that in the first half. Look at this, Caldwell struggling to get a clearance, and the red and whites are winning the ball that gets knocked down. All the things that Hartford were doing so well first half, now Loudoun are doing them. But there's enough skill in this Hartford side to still get a winner. Having said that, there's enough skill in the Loudoun side to get a winner. So maybe we've got something more to still enjoy.
This will be a foul and a free kick going the way of Loudoun. Paz getting back to his feet. Ball played through. Paz won't get there as Tulu sends this out of play. Corner kick coming. Well, Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day, represents the end of an abhorrent chapter in American history, slavery in the United States. Today we honor and celebrate Black history and the many achievements of the Black community, while also continuing our commitment to fight for all equality and end racial injustice. Please join us in this opportunity to participate in efforts that advocate for equality, inclusion, and belonging for all. Pause to swing this in. To the back post and headed away as the rain really starting to fall now. Another ball sent in. Sergei won't get there. Caldwell able to keep that one in play.
Now that cross had way too much height, and that's easy for any keeper to come and pluck that out the air, but he does it well nonetheless, Jeff Caldwell. If you're going to whip balls in, you've got to put a little bit more pace on it. But look at that rain coming down. The crowd are walking for cover, but I'm pretty sure they're soaking wet already. I don't see the point. May as well stay for the last 7 minutes.
Comes centrally. Budati sends this in back post. Rising header looping out of play. So close there for Hartford Athletic. They haven't had many chances in this second half. That was one.
It's hard to see whether that was close or not. It didn't seem like Jermaine Forder was struggling in goals. Nonetheless, it was a good header, a good chance, and one of the rare opportunities that Hartford have even threatened Jermaine Forder's goal.
sub coming on, and this will be the final one of the night for Loudoun. Tyler Gabara, the 23-year-old, will make his third appearance on the season, replacing Darluis Paz. Brought to you by 4G Recycling. Actually made his debut, his pro debut, last year against Hartford in this stadium.
And Paz, got to give him credit. He's the one who made the penalty. He had the skills in the box, whipped that ball across that hit Tulu, and from which Bolivar scored. So he certainly played his part to Darluis Paz.
Barrera. Budati. Budati sends the cross in, back post. Obregon Jr. will track this down. Having to turn towards goal and fight off Walls, who wins a throw-in. Well done. This goes straight out of play. Well, thank you to all of our Business Alliance members. Tonight's Business Alliance members of the match are Baronet Coffee and Best Practice Energy LLC. We'd also like to extend a special thanks to our partner Cone Resnick. The rain continuing to come down.
Isn't it just? The field's getting a bit wet and slippery, or more slippery. I actually think in the 85th minute it would be a pity for either side to lose this, because Hartford was so good in the first. Oh, that's a clash of heads.
Landry will get a yellow card.
It was a very, very late tackled end. Dangerous one as well. I was saying it would be a pity for either side to lose. They both had one very good half. Have a look at this. Look at the. Ooh, it's more of a hit in the back, which is better than in the head, I guess. But Budati took a big knock there.
He is still down, and Landry given a yellow card for that challenge.
As I say, with just a couple of minutes left, I think a draw would be what they say an honourable result. They both deserve something out of this match. As we look at Landry there, lucky just to get a yellow. I mean, I don't think it's more than that, but it's you can't be late on players and elbows up and all that sort of thing. You've got to be extremely careful. So good to see that Budati's up and about.
The players being asked to come off the field.
I think they're saying there's only 3 minutes to go, ref. Can't we just see it out? But the rules are the rules. When there's lightning in the area, referee doesn't have a choice.
Well, we've talked about the weather, and that's been a big talking point in this second half. And they will have to go into the locker room to wait out this weather delay, with just 3 minutes left to go plus stoppage time. The game still hanging in the balance.
You almost wonder with 3 minutes left whether the players don't just say, you know what, we've had a good game.
Send the fans home.
Yeah, it's been great. We both got a point. That's pretty much it. Wrap it up, ref. Just blow the whistle for the final whistle. Let's all go home. Almost doesn't quite make sense to wait ages to come back on for the final three, but those are the rules, and the ref is only doing what his job says he must do.
So the players make their way off. It is 1-1. It was at 87 minutes played, pretty much, when play was stopped due to the injury, and now that's all you see. No players on the field, no fans in the stands. And we will step aside. It is 1-1 here in Hartford. We've entered into a weather delay with 87 minutes gone. It's Hartford 1 and is Loudoun 1. Welcome back to Dillon Stadium in Hartford, just getting out of a rain delay. And if you are just joining us, or if you need to get caught back up to speed, this is what happened. This was the opening goal in the 6th minute. Juan Obregon Jr. on the counterattack to make it 1-0 to Hartford.
Yeah, it's an unlucky deflection here under Jacob Green's leg, and it goes over Forder in goals and delight. And you felt then the way Hartford were playing first half, it was going to be one-way traffic, but second half was a different story.
And then the penalty pause would send this in, and this would be the penalty, and they would eventually convert the penalty kick. The yellow card would be issued to Tulu as well, and Bolivar would slot that home to make it 1-1. So 87:20 on the clock, and we are ready to get back underway after a rain delay that's taken maybe just under an hour, and we are ready to go again. Lightning was in the area, but finally we are back, and it looks like some fans have stuck around.
Yeah, a hardy few. To be fair, there was a lot more, but they got drenched with the rain anyway, so they were tough to stick it out, and they probably think with 3 minutes left it's going to be a done deal. But remember, it's 3 minutes plus at a time. It could be 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. And although Loudoun were looking fantastic, it could all change. You know, back in the locker room, psychologies change, and it could be hard for you to come out firing. So it's going to be a very interesting and exciting next 5 or 6, 7 minutes, I would think.
With Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern. About 3 minutes plus stoppage time. Hartford dominating the first half, Loudoun in the second. And here we go. A long ball sent forward. And Hartford haven't had many chances coming forward, and now they'll have a free kick just outside the area and a chance to potentially take the lead.
Yeah, like I said, anything could happen these last few minutes, and although Hartford struggled and didn't offer much in the second half in attack, this might be all they need, and those fans who have stayed might be in for a big treat. Hopefully the others have got home in time to see this if they have left the ground. That's a big man Landry again, using his physical size in the wrong way.
The shot's 13-4 in this second half in favor of Loudoun, but this will be a chance to put one on frame. Looks like Barrera will stand over this set piece.
Yeah, 4 goals already this season. Barrera, such a good striker of a ball, and that's going to be a problem for Jermaine Forder in goals for Loudoun.
So Barrera stands over this. A chance to give Hartford 3 points on the night. Barrera strikes! Barrera off the crossbar! And straight down. And Loudoun looking to clear this, and they do. So close for Hartford Athletics number 10.
What a strike that was as well. Beautiful. We said he's a good striker of a ball, but that was inches away from being a winner, and what a winner it would have been. Let's have a look at it again with that left foot of his. Bends it away. Goalkeeper's nowhere near that. If that's on target, if that's an inch or two lower, that's in the back of the net.
Almost an incredible strike from Barrera. He goes down again. This will be another free kick to Hartford. And you can see they are going very quickly to try to get this back in play. Well, fans, Hartford Athletic is proud to team up with Stop and Shop in all of our community efforts as we work year-round in the fight against food insecurity. And some fans sticking around and letting their voices be heard behind the goal. Final few seconds before stoppage time. Will Barrera go for glory, or will he send this into the mixer? Barrera sends this in, back post. Ford is there just to get a right hand to it. Pops this up in the air, and eventually comes down with it with 2 hands. As we get into stoppage time, it is 6 minutes, and it's presented by Brynjol Vineyards.
The goalkeeper doing well there, Jermaine Forder. Brave, comes and gets the ball. Took him a few attempts, but ultimately took the pressure off Loudoun, and now it's their chance to come flying down the touchline.
Here's Green. And to lay this off, Landry side foots this across and out of play. Well, download the official Hartford Athletic mobile app presented by J Restaurant, available for Apple and Android phones. It's the one-stop shop for all things Hartford Athletic and the easiest way to manage your tickets. Go to hartfordathletic.com/app. This will be another free kick going the way of Hartford.
It's amazing how these breaks change things, whether it's half time or extra time or like now a weather delay. You can be in the ascendancy going into the break and come out of it, and the game just changes. It's a psychological thing, and right now I would fancy Hartford to win it because they're on the attack, they're pushing forward, they are the home team, they're getting these free kicks, and anything could come from free kicks.
Barrera stands over it again. Couldn't quite get enough depth on it, but Hartford will win this second ball. About 4.5 minutes to go of the minimum of 6. Lara battling for it, going to ground, and this will fall for Cedeno, but the flag is up. Either a foul or offside will send it back to Loudoun.
I think it was offside. He didn't expect the ball to come through from the tackle, but hey, credit Loudoun. They're not slowing the game down and running the clock down. They're going for the winner as well.
This one just put out of play. Janjigian tracking over, and Loudoun will have a chance here in the attacking third on a throw-in.
It is a surprise. When you're the away side and you got a point, most teams would just work the clock down, but they didn't. They took a quick kick and got it down the pitch, and now they want to see if they can get the winner. Credit to Loudoun United.
Green trying to keep this in. Eventually it does go out of play. Throw-in coming for Hartford. We talked about what Harry Watling said coming into this match about needing to get 3 points in this game today, just based on other results around the league. Pittsburgh knocking off Tampa tonight. Wow. A massive result down at Al Lang.
That's the first time Tampa have dropped any points at home, so well done, Pittsburgh.
So Hartford trying to get right back in the thick of things in this Atlantic division, but that means getting 3 points tonight against Loudoun, who's at the bottom of the division. This one knocked out of play again. Throw in coming with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, you say they're bottom of the division. It's hard to believe it because they have been so good in the second half, Loudoun. Just shows you what a tough league this is.
Budati. And I think the flag did come up first for offside, and it did. And a free kick back to Loudoun.
Well, if Hartford could win this game, they wouldn't go second anymore because that's now Pittsburgh's position on 14 points. They would go third, a point behind Pittsburgh with a whole bunch of games in hand. I think that's a crucial thing. Hartford, they would have 3 games in hand over Pittsburgh. But right now, this draw leaves them right in the middle, bunched in with Miami FC and Charleston Battery have games in hand. So such a tight group.
Torres turning the corner. Torres gets the cross in all the way across and just knocked up into the air. Dambro was there defending. 2 minutes to go and nearly for Hartford.
Oh, that was nearly an own goal. What a lovely ball into the box. Brilliant, right into the danger area, and Dambro doing so well not to score an own goal there. Gets it away from the box. I was going to say away to safety, but it's not safe, is it?
Still into the corner. Cedeno has his cross blocked down. 90 seconds. It's been a frantic restart here. About 9 minutes of play will be in total. Budati now to the end line. Cross into the middle and put in! And Hartford get the goal! It was worth the wait for the home side, and they get it done at home!
Absolutely brilliant. Look at the celebrations, and no wonder they've been struggling all second half, but that little weather break has changed their attitude. They've got balls into the box. So tough for Jermaine Ford, who's had a wonderful evening, but they've been pushing since they came back on. They've been trying absolutely everything. And that ball whipped in. Keeper gets a touch on it, but can't hold on to it. It gets thumped into the back of the net. That is heartbreak for Loudoun. So tough. With just seconds left on the clock, and they've been fantastic second half, Loudoun. But that weather break has done them in, and it's Nicholas Cardona who's the man of the moment.
coming on as a second half substitute, finding himself in a great spot. And through the rain, through the delay, through everything tonight, it looks like Hartford is going to capture all 3 points. Loudoun rearing to get this back underway. Hartford in no hurry.
Wow, such drama and so tough for Loudoun. This could be another loss by just 1 goal. If you look at all their matches so far this season, 6 in total, 5 of them have been lost by just the 1 goal. And this is going to make it their 6th game. So tough for Loudoun United.
It'll be the youngster Alfonso Vasquez to come on for Juan Carlos Obregon Jr., who scored the opener. That's brought to you by 4G Recycling. Vasquez, the local kid out of Windham, Connecticut. It's the final sub of the night and what should only be a few more seconds left. And Loudoun is their chance for one more attack. Ball sent forward. Caldwell makes the catch, goes to ground. And now we just wait on Christian Centeno and the final whistle.
Wow, what drama. Absolutely incredible. And again, give Loudoun credit. They came out looking to win the game. They took a risk. I was just asking the question about should they wind the clock down and take the point. Not for them. They wanted all 3 points. Well, the flip side is they were also vulnerable by not working the clock down, not being ultra defensive, and they got punished. Give Budadi credit for getting the ball into the danger area, but so tough for this visiting Loudoun side.
And you feel like that weather delay came at just a terrible time for Loudoun. They had just scored the penalty. They were really firing on all cylinders, but the weather comes and the tides turn to Hartford, and they right now lead 2-1 with just seconds remaining. This will run through. Dambro cutting in. Field gets taken down. Is this just outside the area? It is. Free kick to Loudoun. This should be the last kick of the game.
Well done, Damrod. That's so clever. They're cutting inside, looking for the free kick, looking for the penalty. Just outside, though. It's got the free kick. And it's a dangerous, dangerous situation. Have a look at Damrod. Goes in there, pulls it back. He was trying to get his legs onto that line, and it was so close to being a penalty. Now, they're throwing everybody in there, including the goalkeeper. Jermaine Ford is in there.
Yeah, why not? 2 minutes past the minimum of 6. Jeremy Garay will stand over this. This has got to be it. The rain falling. Garay sends this in. Good ball in. It was headed away. Loudoun trying to keep this alive. We're still playing. It's a throw in for Loudoun, and now it's over. Hartford, they come back and win this game. They scored the opener. There was the penalty equalizer, and then the weather delay, and then the goal. You can see what it means to Hartford and how crushing of a defeat that is for Loudoun.
Oh, it's huge. The players on the ground, there they are still. They can't believe what's happened. They were looking so good second half, and they believed they could go on and win it. Instead, it goes the other way. Nicholas Cardona with the vital goal, and so tough. Yep, he gives Jeff Caldwell a big hug. But so tough. Jermaine Ford is so good in goals for Loudoun United, and in the end, he couldn't hold on to that ball, pushes it out, and it goes to one of the opposing players, Nicholas Cardona, and it's back of the net. Wow, what a match. What a finish.
We'll come back and wrap things up. It finishes Hartford 2, Loudoun 1. Well, back here at Dillon Stadium, and what a finish we had here at Dillon Stadium. But don't miss our next match right here at Dillon Stadium on June 26th at 7 p.m. for our Pride Night celebration. Hartford get the 2-1 win. We're banging on the drums at Dillon Stadium. Let's go back and look at the full-time highlights. We start in the 6th minute. This is when the scoring got started. Just a pure counter-attacking goal here for Hartford Athletic.
Yeah, it was a free kick for Loudoun, but it gets booted away. The two centre-backs get themselves into all sorts of trouble. Obregon Jr. shoots, and Green, he just deflects it over his goalkeeper. So unlucky for Green there and for Jermaine Forder in goals, but 2 against 1 at the back, and Loudoun United couldn't deal with it.
Then come the second half. This is when the chances would really start coming for Loudoun United. Caldwell would be forced into action here.
Good header there. Caldwell makes the save, and then Tulu with a block just throws his body in front. The big man, so brave to save the day. Good save as well by Caldwell.
So you felt like Loudoun was knocking on the door. They were so close, but there'd be a couple chances coming the other way, and this would come for Hartford Athletic.
Oh, it's a good tip over the bar, isn't it, from Jermaine Forder. Decent strike. Goalkeeper sees it all the way. The strike coming from Christian Gomez.
And then the penalty pause would draw this to handball on Tulu.
Yeah, they all appealed for it. Referee gave it, and such a pity. Tulu saving an almost certain goal a few minutes earlier, and then gives away the penalty. No debate. Up steps Bolivar, sends the keeper the wrong way.
And that makes it 1-1. The celebration was on for Loudoun. You felt that was a well-deserved goal, and then the rain came. It was about a 40 to 50 minute delay. Lightning in the area, rain coming down, players coming off the field. Felt like if you're Loudoun, maybe a little bit hard done. Then Barrera comes back and rattles the woodwork almost right away.
Yeah, they came back only with 3 minutes left in the match, and he nearly sealed it with that. Jermaine Forder was nowhere near that ball. What a strike that was, and you thought, okay, unlucky, it's not going to be your day, but
90 plus 5. Budati, the assist. Cardona, the finish. And Hartford goes crazy.
Incredible. You couldn't have written the script. And tough for Jermaine Forder. He makes the save here, but pushes it straight to Nicholas Cardona, who finishes it off 2-1 for Hartford.
So he gets his first goal on the season, his first USL goal, and the full-time stats. And most of those 16 shots for Loudoun come in the second half. For Hartford, most of them came in the first half. But they got the 2 goals to show for it.
Yeah, but look at the shots on target. 7 for Hartford, 2 for Loudoun. We were talking about it in the first half and throughout the game. Loudoun do not get enough shots on target. They've got all the possession and the ability, but they don't make the opposing goalkeeper work enough. And that stat just proves the point.
So that does it tonight from Dillon Stadium. We were here a little bit longer than we thought, but for Hartford Athletic, it sure was worth the wait. Loudoun United came ever so close to getting at least a result on the road. It just was not meant to be. That does it tonight from Hartford and Dillon Stadium. For our entire crew and broadcast partner Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long where it finishes. Hartford 2, Loudoun United 1. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.